So yesterday I planned to do a video on the Eddie Hall Mario Pudzianowski fight that was announced yesterday, but I made a video basically matchmaking the welterweight division, went to the gym, and the moment I turned on my phone at the gym, we got Sean versus Marab 2. We got Carlos Prates versus Ian Gary. Juliana Pena versus Kayla Harrison. So we're finally getting news in the MMA sphere. Thank God. It has been a rough couple of weeks, but this is major, man. The UFC is partnering with Meta, and apparently they're talking about AI rankings. They're talking about VR seats, apparently, and other experiences. So, without further ado, let's get into this. I did not expect this to be announced today. I thought that stuff like this, and the rights deal would come around the summer, but we'll see. Also, too, we're gonna talk about how this affects the upcoming deal with ESPN Plus ending. So, UFC is joining up with Facebook's parent company, Meta, in a deal that will bring mixed martial arts to more fans around the world. The company said Wednesday that their multi year partnership will give the UFC ability to use Meta's technology, platforms, services, and products, including Meta AI, Meta Glasses, Meta Quest, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and Threads, so that UFC fans have more ways to view its content. This is the big three right here: the Meta AI, Meta Glasses, Meta Quest. Meta and UFC, I'm going to say Meta way too much in this video, whose parent company is TKO Group, said they will work together to incorporate Meta AI glasses into UFC events. So, we're gonna have AI seats at UFC events. I love this idea. It all depends on how much these AI seats really cost. Because, you know, I've never been to an event and I really want to go. I will go to a UFC event at some point in my life. I will go to multiple. That's kind of my whole reason I'm making this channel is because I want to use this to be able to go to UFC events. So this AI thing with having AI seats, I'd be interested. It all depends where you're sitting though. I'm assuming they would have them cage side, but yeah, like nobody's gonna pay for a VR seat and nosebleeds. I don't think anybody will pay for that. But let's read on. Meta has the greatest minds in tech, and they are going to take fan engagement to the next level. UFC President and CEO Dana White said in a statement. White mentioned that Meta is already working on some innovations for new fighter ranking systems. This is the big thing. AI seats are cool, but how many times have you guys heard me bitch about the stupid ass UFC website, which I'm gonna go on to later after we're done this article and just go through why I hate it so much. Um, I lost track of where I was. While mentioned that Meta is also working on some, that's a rumor. The deal, whose financial terms were not disclosed, will also see the Meta brand appear in USC's USC's Octagon, as well as across numerous broadcasts. Meta's social platform threads will feature exclusive original UFC content. I wonder, would they be getting embedded maybe? Because I know embedded, that's a YouTube thing, right? Maybe they get embedded or their own kind of embedded. That would be cool. Mark Zuckerberg said I love this sport, and I'm looking forward to working with the UFC to let fans experience it in new ways. Meta founder and CEO Mark Zuckerberg said so. I think it was around 3 years ago. This stuff about Mark Zuckerberg doing jujitsu came out, and if you guys haven't watched his jujitsu clips, Mark Zuckerberg is legit, and he's been hanging out at UFC events. He's been hanging around UFC fighters, and he's kind of adopted the the circle we kind of have because uh, USC fans tend to be on one specific side. I'm not saying that there's nobody that disagrees with, right wing policies or right wing politicians, but for the most part, a lot of the fighters, Dana, Joe, they are on that side. And ever since Mark Zuckerberg has been hanging out with the UFC, a lot of his opinions about censorship and that got reversed. I find it strange. A lot of people think he's faking it too, which I find hilarious. But what's going on? Zuckerberg is trained in mixed martial arts and posted about completing his first jiu-jitsu tournament in 2023, the same year. They were in talks of him facing off with the Elon Musk. I forgot about that. That would have been sick. I know Elon Musk is like 50. What Elon Musk actually is like a black belt in judo and a black belt in jiu-jitsu, I'm pretty sure. So Zuckerberg and White are no strangers to each other, with White joining Meta as board of directors in January. If you guys missed that one, that was announced as well. Um, I don't think I did a full video on it. I did a short of it. I know, but this is massive, man. Both Zuckerberg and White are among the many high-profile business figures within the orbit of President Donald Trump. After Trump won re-election in November, Zuckerberg dined at the President-elect Mar-a-Lago club in Florida, and Meta donated $1 million to Trump's inauguration fund. Man, how the turns have tabled. How the turns have tabled. And it has to do with how much pressure they were putting on Zuckerberg and Facebook during those 2 years. Other big tech companies such as Amazon have donated similar amount similar amounts. Good job. Trump is a longtime USC fan and frequent attendee of major fights. His ties with White date back to 2001 when White hosted a UFC at the Republicans' former casino hotel in Atlantic City. Trump Taj Mahal. Trump has also appeared with White at UFC matches over the years, especially in his 2024 campaign as part of efforts to appeal to young male voters. It's okay, well, yeah, I guess it appeals to young male voters, but like Trump has, you said it right there. Trump has been a fan favorite in the MMA community ever since 2001. He built his own. He built Affliction. He had Fedor Emelianenko fight for Affliction. Everybody only thinks about the clothing brand today. Rightfully, so they killed that company. They killed it instantly, and Donald Trump couldn't even save them. Well, back to this. White has had speaking roles at the 2016, 2020, and 2024 Republican convention and appeared on stage at Trump's election victory party in November. Shares of Meta Platforms Incorporated rose slightly in midday trading, while shares of TKO Group Holding Incorporated climbed more than 2%. So, well, this is major. This is insane. Where do I want to begin? Okay, first of all, oh yeah. I said I was gonna bitch about the UFC website really quick. So, being that I'm on MMA news constantly, I'm on the UFC website, and that I just want to go through how bad the UFC website is. So you get the rankings, right? You only get the top 15. You don't get any prospects. None of them make sense either. Like they update them way too irregularly. Like let's pick any division here. Let's go welterweight. So actually that one's good. Um, let's go lightweight. Why not? So Armand number one, yeah. Oliveira number two. Gaethje number three, even though he got knocked out by Max Holloway. Dustin Poirier number five, who beat BSD, lost to Justin Gaethje, almost to Islam, but he has two wins over Max. Dan Hooker at six. I would honestly, like, I don't even know how you would do these. Michael Chandler at seven, even though he's barely fought in the last 2 years. Matthias Gamma, like, the AI rankings will make it so much easier for me to understand these rankings and never come to this website ever again. I hate it. I hate it because um the other part too is let's go to let's go to like where's like a newish writer. Uh let's go, where is he here? Where's Kyle Shakura? There he is. So um you look at view fight history. You only get UFC fights. It would be so much better if you had all of the fights right here, ready to go. Then, like you look at a website like Topology, which I guess makes sense because they do follow every single organization. But you look at how they do their rankings, they are way better. You have Islam at one, they have Charles at two. Okay, I would have Armand ahead of Charles since he beat him, even though I would love to see that rematch. Make it a 5 round fight. Gaethje at four. He has a win over Poirier. That makes sense. Matthias Gamrot at six. His only his loss was to Dan Hooker. Um, okay, but then why do they have Gamrot ahead of Dan Hooker if he? Okay, well, I guess Topology proved that maybe AI could fix rankings all across the board. But that one is the biggest for me, mainly because I look at the rankings basically half my day. The other thing, the major thing would be the AI seats and how they would do that. How much would it be though? That's the thing. UFC tickets are getting pretty fucking pricey, and you know, it's going to be more than a pay per view, obviously. But if it's like, if it's close to $1,000 for a VR seat, I don't know. I don't think that's worth it. It it, it all depends what happens next. So this partnership with Meta, they don't say anything about TV rights. You know, having Instagram, WhatsApp, all of these, social medias. I already go to Instagram for majority of my MMA news. Like honestly, Instagram is really kind of the only other social media that's somewhat used. But yeah, I love this idea. I love the idea of good rankings. I love the idea of having VR seats because not everyone can afford to go to a UFC event. Probably most fans will probably never be able to go to an event, but if they made this, if they made it affordable, and you're able, even though you're not having the real experience, like you're able to like see for yourself what it's like being in the arena, having the octagon right in front of you. Like, there's no way they're gonna sell nosebleed VR seats. They will not sell. But I think it's interesting. I love the fact that Mark Zuckerberg is now, you know, come to the dark side. Let's call it. But it'd be big, man. We'll have to see. You know, the UFC after I'm gonna say it, an abysmal March. There really wasn't many big stories. Alex Pereira lost his belt. We missed out on, potentially a major fight with him at heavyweight for the meantime. But this is big, man. I like the fact that we have direction. We have good fights. We have this partnership, which we will see, man. We'll see what kind of experiences they bring with the VR. I assume they're gonna do some TV series esque thing. Maybe they do get UFC embedded, like I said, but let me know in the comments. What do you think about this brand new partnership between Meta and and the UFC? We already know that Dana White joined the board of directors at Meta, so we'll see. We'll see what the future of MMA, which is UFC now, has in store. But I would love to hear your opinion on this partnership. What do you want to see from this Meta AI rankings and the VR seats? What would you do? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna quit rambling later.